And I am interviewing one of my students who is a rock star, Rich Lozano. Rich has been in the course how many weeks now, Rich? Like 2-3 weeks?
About 2 weeks. It's been about
Okay.
2 weeks. A little over 2 weeks. Man, I'd say a couple days. I mean, give or take. But yeah, 2 weeks.
Yeah. So Rich was super smart. He was in my free group for a while, and I ran a couple of flash sales and offered a couple of really cool opportunities to purchase a product with my ClickFunnels affiliate, or a book here or book there, and said, hey, if you buy it, you can get into the course. And Rich jumped on it. He got access to a great book, and he got access to my course, which is actually $497.
Yes.
Let's just say that Rich did not pay $497 for what we're learning very quickly. What he learned very quickly is gold for his business. So before I jump into what happened, Rich, I want you to just tell everybody, what do you do? What is your business model?
For me, I am a freelance digital marketer, and I am just starting my own startup business as an ad agency. My previous experience was a freelance digital marketer, working with a business colleague of mine, Jeff Thomas, who has been in the business for a number of years. So a great guy, good business colleague. But as of late, I've been definitely focusing on, the automotive industry, health and wellness, and a couple other niche markets there that I've been really interested in during my time, in the marketing space.
Really just want you to walk me through what happened this week for your client. So your client is an auto dealership, correct?
Correct. Okay. It's a very intriguing story. When we first started this, we just picked up the client not too long ago. So it's probably been about a month and a half. And their primary space for advertising was on Facebook. And they were doing okay. They're still building up their service base and their customers and things like that. We ended up getting contracted to start doing campaigns and marketing and some other things for them as well. So once we started that, I looked into their business, took a look at what they're trying to achieve, get their objectives together, and one of the things that came out of it was, one, we want to expand our customer base. Two, we want to generate leads so that we can generate sales for our sales floor. I'm like, okay. And then we want to expand our reach. So I'm like, cool. All right. So we developed a strategy and took a look at some things. I'm like, okay, so they're only on one channel. Where can we take them? Where else can we take them? And they had mentioned something about Instagram. And I'm like, well, definitely, Instagram. Okay, so how are we going to leverage Instagram to benefit this client? So, Instagram is very visual. So I started thinking about that. I'm like, okay, the inside of the vehicle or special offers or however it's going to be, but we definitely have to figure out how to get that content to these people. So I started thinking about it. Shortly afterwards, I ended up going, I think it was you're in another group that I had seen your Insta bundle, that promotion that you had done. And I started reading it and I'm like, okay, I can do this. I have an idea. So I looked at this and I'm like, okay, for me, I went through all the products that he had offered. And the two that really interest me was Russell Brunson's both books, .com Secrets and Expert Secrets, I think it is.
Yep.
And actually you had put a little bit of evaluation to that too, to go towards other products that you were offering. So I'm like, wow, I can actually, because I was learning about sales funnels in the beginning too, and I wanted to learn more. So I'm like, I can kill two birds with one stone here. I had done that. I had made them an Instagram account because they didn't have one at the time. So I ran one post. I implemented the method in the program, and I started to see quite a bit of engagement. And I'm like, ooh, this is interesting. Where can we take this? And so when I had more of the hashtags, I had more. It was crazy. I couldn't even explain it. And then shortly after that, I went in and commented it myself with more hashtags that were relevant to, what people were engaging with, Ford Performance, Ford Mustang, all those things that were relevant with my audience and what they were looking for. I implemented that into that bottom comment. And then after that, it just exploded. I couldn't believe it. And I was like, where can I go next? What can we do next? So time was of the essence, though, when you're definitely doing that type of engagement and you start seeing that momentum build, because at that point it was pretty much white hot. So what I did learn is that when it's that hot, it can fade very, very fast. Right. So when you have that hot of engagement, you definitely want to take advantage of that and look at your audience.
2 weeks, 137 qualified leads.
Correct.
And oil change and a test drive.
Yep. and that's it. And awesome. And we had added that review part of it in there, and and it was just to get the reviews up. Because it's an excellent opportunity. You have that customer there for an oil change. Oil change usually takes about half an hour, 45 minutes, right? So if you get them in for that oil change, you have their attention for 45 minutes. Mm-hmm. They know that you're not being salesy. They know what they're there for about. They have no question about whether should I leave or not. Okay, so you have them there for 45 minutes. You have 45 minutes to make your pitch and get them into something on an upsell. Yep. If you want, or if they want. Mm-hmm. So what better way, if I'm in the market for a new vehicle, why not take a test drive? It's not gonna hurt anything. You may get it, in that vehicle when you walk out, you may not. But at least in their mind, they know that you didn't sell them. It was low pressure. They came in of their own volition. They trusted you in the beginning. Yep. And they got
to focus out of it no matter what, too.
Yeah. I was curious myself. Okay, so we have that many leads coming in. What is the valuation on that? Now, every industry or every business has a different valuation. Right. Dentists, chiropractors, everybody has a different valuation or a lifetime value on a customer. Now, people would say for a customer, lifetime value is priceless. Mm-hmm. In some aspects, yes, it is. It is priceless. But again, if you want to know your ROI, if you want to know what type of valuation you can bring to the table with clients in the future after you had success with the leads, such as or leads with this or a campaign such as this, I did a little research again and said, okay, what is the lifetime value of one customer for a car dealership? And I just typed it into Google and just to see what it is. What came back was astonishing. We're talking, if you really think about it, a vehicle, a sedan, $27,000, somewhere in the ballpark, depending on what it is, Dodge, Chevy, whatever it is, it's right in that area. You still have to get oil changes, you still have to get maintenance, you still have to get tires, you still have to get alignments, you still have to get wipers, gas, but the things that a dealership can service, lifetime value, one lead, $150,000 a year.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
And it's still, right now it's at 7 and it's still climbing, and
so it's 7 followers, but
correct.
you took a couple of posts and got so much engagement on those posts organically. Correct. That from 7 followers, right? That's the power. That's kind of like one of my biggest messages with Instagram is people don't have to necessarily follow a dealership and they're not going to, they're not, right. People aren't necessarily going to follow the dealership, but if they push out really cool ads and posts, like you're saying, you do the right kind of hashtags and you engage with those people,
Correct.
Then you take that Facebook ad that you're doing and you push that Facebook ad over to that Instagram account. That's what happened with this. So it doesn't matter how many followers you have. And that's my message. And that's always been my message. Organic engagement is extremely powerful, whether you have 7 followers or 7,000 followers.
Yes.
People engage with the actual posts. When you messaged me the other day, it's like out of nowhere, like Rich doesn't really, he liked some stuff in the student group, but he wasn't really posting a whole lot. He wasn't really asking questions.
Right.
I was like, oh, cool. Maybe some people are just like that. They do well. They dive into courses and they do well. They don't have questions. And if you don't have a question, then that also tells me that I must be doing something right. I'm answering the questions within my course, within the module, right? I'm explaining things pretty well.
Right.
And it's, I try to do a good walkthrough with it. But I hadn't really heard from Rich. He was liking some stuff. He commented on a few things in the free group. And then out of nowhere, he messages me like 3 days ago, and he's like, oh my God, check out what I'm doing. And he shows me, he's just killing it for this car dealership. And
I don't know what happened, and just, and I believe in my comments, I put, thank you, Trish, for teaching me how to fish. And
Rich, oh my God.
And it's just, when somebody gives you a skill set or teaches you something, or even from when you're a child, you learn certain things. You learn how to ride a bike. You learn how to do this. You learn how to do that. It sticks with you. Things resonate. And if there's something that you go through, a program, course, college, school, whatever it may be, once you go through that and something resonates with you and sticks, you're going to remember it for the rest of your life. So if there's a tactic, if there's a strategy, if there's something that in your deepest heart that it worked and you're seeing continued success with it, share it. Share the organic engagement. Share the program. Tell them where you got it from.
So this could be for a Facebook ads agency. It could be for somebody else. So Rich, let me ask you something. Are you in a position, if, we're going to run this video out, right? People are going to see this video. Are you in a position where you are, you have the capacity to take on some car dealerships if they want your help with helping them bringing in some more qualified clients?
Well, that's a good question. I am in a capacity where I can bring in, some additional car dealerships. I will be wise though in that, in saying that, because again, when you bring in something, you have to be able to facilitate, and bring that good customer service to them to 100%. It would be a great disservice to the client and to myself if I can't divide 100% of my attention to them. So I would definitely, once those clients come in, I would definitely, take a look at everything, make sure there was a good
seat for every new student that comes into the course. They do a hot seat. Rich never took me up on the hot seat. And the next thing I know, 2 days ago, he's like, hey, by the way, I'm killing it.
Right. I need to get back. I need to get in here now. So yeah, I definitely recommend it to anybody. If you want to learn a new skill set for Instagram, it's definitely one that you can put in your wheelhouse and you will reap the benefits from it. It's just take your time, follow along, ask questions if you need to, get a hold of Trish if you need to. I'm sure there's going to be somewhere down the line that I'm going to get a hold of a lot, in the next couple of months, as I run these campaigns, just kind of pick her brain and go, hey, what else can we do? Or, or what do you recommend? Or, is there something new that might be in the market that, we haven't tried yet? So definitely use that resource. Trish is there, use the resource, take a look at the program. You won't regret it.
Oh, Rich, you're the coolest, man. Thank you so much for letting me interview you on this today. Thank you so much for being that student that dove in and really implemented everything. And if you want to get more of Rich, what's a good website for them to reach you?
The good website to reach me is Nycto Media, and that's nyctomedia.com. And for myself and my business colleague, jeffthomasmedia.com. So if you have any questions or if you're looking to possibly know some, like a little more information on that methodology that I had used from, Trisha's program, just hit me up, and I'll see if I can help you out. And if there's a question that maybe I might not know, I mean, I got an expert like right here. So, I just point them in the direction. So.
Awesome. Awesome. Rich, thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it. You are a rock star, and your car dealership is super lucky to have you busting this out for them. So I will definitely follow up with you on the progress on these ads that you're running.